I'd rather see you in my dreams. And every chance to dance I'll take, if I can't see you again. And I've got all the time it seems. I'd rather see you in my dreams. And every chance to dance I'll take, if I can't see you again. We could be listening for answers, waiting to be set free. You came across this moment, and I'm so thankful you shared it with me. Take it from me, we live to be free. Take it from me, what you see. And I've got all the time it seems. I'd rather see you in my dreams. And every chance to dance I'll take, if I can't see you again. We could be listening for answers, waiting to be set free. You came across this moment, and I'm so thankful you shared it with me. We could be listening for answers, waiting to be set free. You came across this moment, and I'm so thankful you shared it with me.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun, where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
walls of fire. I'm losing ground, and in the flashing, my world comes crashing down. I'm left in nowhere, no place to hide. Out in the open, like ashes in the sky. I quit the illusion. I'm moving I let the flames light up the future, making empires of sound. And she when she's become laughter. You burnt the bridges to build the city. I let the flames light up the future, making empires of sound. And she when she's become laughter. You burnt the bridges to build the city.
Jump!
I let the flames light up the future, making empires of sound. And she when she's become laughter. You burnt the bridges to build the city.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Chobo Star League. We're here today with Group B. Group H was played earlier today, and Picker and Kerouac advanced. But today we have Hindenburg, Indian, and Yeezus. Sadly, Tiang wasn't able to make it. But let's start us off. Right now we have In the End versus Yeezus, a Tavern versus Protoss, and it will be on Terraform LE. Seems In the End is a recently minted Masters player. So Yeezus definitely has his work cut out for him. Now we just need to do the ready ups. Terraform, I'm very, very happy we're seeing this map more and more. It's a very fun map. I'm excited to see how it plays out. TVP, I don't think there's really a glaring imbalance here. The third is pretty normal. Natural is very easy to defend. So, let us get started. In the End is back, and he's ready. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to see. Yeah, I don't know too much about Yeezus. I know In the End actually used to be a Protoss player and was a Diamond Protoss player. He's been able to play both. I played him on ladder one time, but I actually think I played as Protoss. And it was very good. I'm sure his Terran's just up to stuff if he was able to make Masters with it. So, well, let's get this party started. This map's also interesting because of the open mineral bases, but I'll talk more about that once it's open. And I do believe there's 4 open mineral patches and there's 2 gold, so that'll be fun. Alright, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. It is the yellow Terran from CT6, In the End. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, the red diamond Protoss, Yeezus. Woohoo, TBP. But as I was talking, if you look at these mineral fields that you can take as either a third or a fourth, there's a lot of backspace. It's sort of, I actually forget the map name, of course, but it's very open. It's very easy for Marines and Marauders to sneak in there, kill a bunch of probes, or a couple stalkers to take pot shots at the SCVs. So I don't think we'll see those bases taken too much, and already we see a 9 scout from Yeezus. Very safe play, doesn't want to get caught in anything off guard by game 1. I do not know how often these players have played each other. Yeah, I don't think they played each other in the qualifiers. So it's always nice to know, hey, is my opponent going to be cheesy? Is he going to be, super macro focused? So I like that out of Yeezus. At least in game 1, that's nice. But in the end, playing like a good Terran, just getting his barracks, I guess, at 12. Ooh, don't get the SCV there. Just poking the SCV. That probe almost never gets the SCV. Although I do believe there was a game where one probe sniped 2 of QXC's SCVs and QXC just left the game. It's not game-ending damage, but you've already won the mental war, so. But yep, 2 gases out of Yeezus. That would indicate some tech play, maybe Blink Stalkers, maybe Oracles. Oracles are really popular now. They're very reliable because they can get in, they can kill a couple SCVs, get out, and if they survive, you actually have a lot of map vision with them. This probe just being so annoying. Just, man, 3 SCVs have all felt its wrath. And now it goes home. Cybernetics core, 2 on each gas for Yeezus. I believe this was a style that used to be popular. I used to do it a lot. And then it got to 3 gas more. And now it's kind of turning back to 2 people per gas each. And I do believe you can go Blink or Oracle now with them. So, still must wait. Reaper's going to come out and finally take revenge on all those poor SCV. And he's going to start off with immediately a reactor and a command center. It's very important that in the end not only scouts these 2 gases, but also scouts that there's 2 people in each, because there can be a big difference. Chrono outing a Stalker definitely wants to deny some scouting. And getting a Nexus. So nothing super sneaky like a proxy Stargate or a proxy DTs, or at least that quickly. Good job denying the Reaper. Did not get to see the gases. Playing a little bit in the dark in that regard. And in the end, going for a quick factory. This could indicate, I've heard Hellions are super popular now. Widowmine drops, always very reliable at doing some damage, and also getting some scouting in. Man, Yeezus just chronoing out these Stalkers. If he goes Hellions, the Stalkers will actually be really nice, because you can put 2 Stalkers at the ramp and deny the Hellions from getting in the base. But there we go, in the end, sees both gases, sees 3 people on each gas, and then even gets to poke at the Nexus a little bit. I like this Stalker coming out from Yeezus. It's always good to know what the Terran has at the front. Unlikely that he'll kill anything, unless Indiana decides to pursue, but it's always important not to lose the Stalker as well. Oh no! Okay, good micro, just pulling it back when the shields die. In the end, just being so active with his Reaper. I really like that. Ooh, I didn't get to see if he checked the Twilight Council or not. Twilight Council, good opening. It's very nice. Probably going to get Blink out really early. Blink is a very useful tool. You can have a group of Stalkers kind of poke in and out of the Terran Forest. And there we go, it was a scan, so he sees the Twilight Council for sure now. But it could also be Dark Templar. We do not know. Or if we want to go back to like the year 2010, it could be Charizard Archon. But nope, just Blink coming out, chronoing it out. Really wants to get that Blink ready. And we do see in the end going for Widow Mines. Widow Mines are a great defense. It's also a great offensive tool, but with Blink Stalkers, you can actually blink out of the way right when the Widow Mine fires, and it will do absolutely no damage. And so what we've seen some players do is that they'll bait it out with one Blink Stalker and move back, or they'll send a Blink Stalker into the Terran Forest, just so the Widow, or blink it into the Terran Forest, just so the Widow Mine detonates on the Terran army. But here we go, 3 Stalkers on the front. Needs to be very, very careful not to let this Widowmine attack anything. But he's just too good for that. And he does cut the medevac with the probe. I wonder if he was paying attention to that. We shall see in a sec. There is no observers out. There's no robo facility on the way. There's no forge on the way. So these Widowmines could do a lot of damage if he isn't careful. And they burrow. How many probe kills are going to get? Ooh, 6 probe kills. 1 did detonate inside the assimilator, therefore dealing 0 damage. But man, that is such a blow, considering we see 7 gateways coming out of Yeezus. That's going to seriously slow his timing. And look at this, in the end, getting another bunker, playing it safe, knows what he's going up against. Even puts a bunker on the high ground. I really like that. I would like to see some Tech Lab and get some Marauders out there. Marauders that are tanky, do a ton of damage. And there we go, the Widowmine's going off again, only getting 4 probes this time. Not because of bad mine hits, but because there's no probes in the mineral line. There was only 5, so... really gonna have to rely on his natural. And yep, this Widowmine drop was just an absolute win for in the end. And there we go, Robo Facility coming out, but not before the Widowmines will get another shot off. I will find it. 2 probes, not bad, but again, the only reason why they killed so little is because there were no probes there. There we go, we have a Widowmine at the 3rd, and we even have 1 more Widowmine. If he decides to drop that in the natural and that gets a probe shot off, I mean, there's going to be 24 workers there. That could get a lot of kills. He just has to be very, very careful. But here we go. Is it going to get 1 more shot off? It does. 2 more probes that time. And there we go. But the one in the natural will deal absolutely no damage. Baits out a photon overcharge. Ooh, and a little probe train. Just going to go resaturate the main base. But now Yeezus kind of finds himself in an awkward position. He went for this really, really aggressive attack, but didn't even get to do any damage with it. And even in the end says, okay, I'm going to salvage a bunker on my front because time for me to be aggressive, time to see what you have. And I just can't see it doing a lot of damage. Although, you never know. Oh, brilliant play. Just going to use a drop. Pull the Protoss Force apart. He knows the army can't be too big, and so he can't separate it that well because of the economic he dealt earlier. Economic damage he dealt earlier. And I hope he syncs him up. It's always nice to see a Terran player does that. Ooh. Puts the Widowmine in defensive position, so Yeezus will have a hard time chasing the army. But here we go. The attack has not really commenced. The medevac goes into the main base. There's no defense there. Almost built photon cannon, but shouldn't be able to do too much. And here we go. Yeezus too smart. Says, I'm not going to bring all my guys out. Ooh, 6 more probe kills. And saves all the Marines. That was actually, I think, a very much worth a drop. In the end, not able to do any damage. Oh, gets a stalker. Not able to do any damage at the front because Yeezus didn't pull his entire army back. Very, very smart play from Yeezus. But in the end, I still think he finds himself in a great position. Look at this. He's about to land his 3rd command center. It does not look like there's a 3rd Nexus in Yeezus' future at all. Researching +1 upgrades. Yep. I think in the end finds himself in a comfortable position. He can go into the mid to late game with a little bit of a lead. Oh, and look at all those upgrades just timing up. Also adding another medevac filled with 6 Marines to his previous drop. Against the natural, just see so many stalkers. And as we can see, just 3 barracks with 4 barracks with tech labs. I mean, he can just pump out Marauder production any day of the week. Not enough energy for a photon overcharge, so we will have to pull some stalkers back. These are +1/+1 Marines, but they are actually very easily. Oh, Blink just working miracles. Gets the medevac that wasn't full. Lucky for in the end. And here we go. Good force field. Traps a good amount of Marines. Loses 2 sentries though. To be honest, I'll take that trade any day. He's just having a tough time having to rebuild those sentries. That's 200 gas. and still a menacing medevac at the top. Indiana doing a great job securing his third base. Just to get a description of how good or how much better Indiana's economy is compared to Jesus, just look at the production tab. There's just so much in the making for Indiana. And here we go, another big attack in the front. Blinking his stalker's back. Good blinks. Even gets photon overcharge off. So many marauders. 9 marauders. Ooh. A little bit too close to the sun. 2 more medevacs dropping at the top. Could try to snipe this Twilight Council or this Robo facility. And it looks like, yep, he is going for the Robo facility. The Templar Archives, though, is out, so he doesn't need Colossus. The Blinkstalkers meeting Indiana's army at the front of this natural, but just nothing to take care of this drop. GG comes out of Yeezus. He was just torn apart. It was just such a big win for Indiana to get that early Widowmine drop out. So very, very well done. Indiana picks himself up. Game 1 win. Yeezus, I don't think we got to see really Yeezus' play there. He was kind of just down right when those Widowmines walked into his main. He was just, he was in a hard position. And so the next game will be on Iron Fortress. Iron Fortress yet again. Saw Iron Fortress a good amount yesterday. We even saw it a little bit today. I don't believe we've seen a PBT on it, though. I don't think so. That's always fun. Fun and exciting. TV Ham dropping knowledge bombs on me. Real quick. I think there's something wrong with my mic. It's okay. So bad. He's ready, Indie End ready. Gonna see a big 4-player map. Hard to do really any cheeses on this map. Sorry, alright. We should be good. It's an interesting map. Can be very long rush distance if there are cross spawns, and I think cross spawns is the most balanced way this map can really play out. Alright, spawning in the bottom left hand corner of the map, we have the yellow Terran player up 1-0. It is in the end. And in the bottom right hand corner of the map, the purple Protoss now. It is Yeezus. Red wasn't working out for him, so he just has to go for purple. I like it. Strong. Alright, yeah, now should be good. You know, nothing being sneaky. I like Yeezus' pylon placement. It's good to build a Reaper wall if he so decides. It's never good for Protoss to try to build the pylon at his ramp because, you know, Marine Marauders are ranged, so they can pick it off with one scan. Yep, just gonna go for a gateway. Is Yeezus gonna go for another Blink Stalker attack? This map isn't too good for Blink Stalkers, really. All Indian has to do is put on a bunker near his ramp, or maybe even a bunker on the low gun and a bunker on the ramp, and he can just cover that one surface area. So we just see one assimilator this time. Probably just gonna go for a 1 gate expand, maybe into a robo. I know that's what I like to do. It's very safe for stim timing attacks, but it doesn't work that well versus Widowmine drops, because you have to, you know, you get the robo for the observer, but it's hard chasing down the drops if the Terran is really active with them. The choice is up to Indiana. If I was Indiana, I'd go for the Widowmine drop again. I mean, it worked so well last game. Why not? See the SCV, unfortunately scouting in the north. Should be scouting to the right, but hindsight's 2020. Also, it's just about the same Reaper opening, letting his money bank a little bit for a CC. Now we will see. A lot of Chrono Boost for Yeezus. I wonder, yep, he's going to Chrono Boost out the Stalker yet again. And Chrono Boosting out the Mothership Core, and going for a second gas. Usually we see the Nexus go down before the gas, but looks like Yeezus really wants that Stalker out. Oh man, even the Reaper. Oh, of course that awkward pathing on Iron Fortress, making him do a little loop-de-loop. But now, this is up to in the end to make sure he scouts both gases and he clicks on the other gas to see how long it's been mining for. But he sees that one, clicks on it, knows that's been mined out quite a bit. And the Stalker's here to escort the probe, make sure that Reaper doesn't snipe the probe or block the Nexus. And that's a really good scout for in the end, because now he knows he's not going for one cheeky, one base play. In the end, going for the factory right there, pausing, needs to stroke his chin, think about his strategy. Still no tech down from Yeezus. His gas was just too late for me to really discern what he was going to do.
Game resumed.
Give it the good old 3, 2, 1, go. And the Reaper hopefully escapes. So nervous. Oh, man. And now, once again, Indian has to either burn a scan or play in the dark. Both just disgusting. Like either. And there's the one robo play. Good, safe opening. He might be able to go for a quick Colossus. And there's the starport from Indian. Definitely going to go for that Widowmine drop. We do know Yeezus likes the Stalkers, so with the right positioning, he can actually deny a lot of what those Widowmine drops do. Banking Chrono Boost, wonder what that's for. Oh, maybe this SCV can get in and see the Robo. There we go, saw the Robo. Some probes transfer. And that was a good pickup because, you know, if it was a Stargate, you need to get that engineering bay up. You need to get that missile turret up. And if he is playing in the blind, he really should be doing that. And then that's just a waste of 100 minerals. And fast robotics bay. He may just go for the quick 3 observers into Colossus right away. Oh, and it's actually not the Widowmine. It could be a Widowmine drop, actually. He's going to push at the front with D6 Marines, try to bait out a photon overcharge. Maybe try to get this Widowmine in the mineral line of the natural. And once he baits out that photon overcharge, Yeezus will not have enough to defend the Widowmine drop. There we go. Widowmine just shoves his way in. Ooh, might be able to get a sentry. Good pickup. Does bait out the photon overcharge. No probes die yet. And there we go, all 6 Marines. Good defense from Yeezus. But again, needs his Stalkers in position because here come 2 Widowmines and 4 Marines and no photon overcharge. The fast Colossus will not be out in time to defend this drop. No, there we go, boosting in. How much damage are these going to do? He can also pull the probes if he notices clickers. Drops the Marines first. Don't know if I like that. It just lets the Widowmines take that much longer to shoot. 1 Widowmine comes out, but in the end does scout the quick robotics facility. Oh man, denying so much mining time. And he may even... okay, just loses 1 probe. A probe apiece. Needs to get his observer out. Oh, does that Widowmine? Widowmine does scout the timing on that Colossus, but he knew it was already coming because he saw the early robotics bay. And so I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a second starport out for Indiana, at least a reactor, just to get a couple Vikings out to deal with that Colossus. can be very hard to deal with if you just have bio. But getting the 3 gases, you can do a lot with that. There we go. See another command center, 2 more bags, just getting the production in gear. Along with you, just getting the forge. Now, in the end, did not get a lot of damage done with those drops. 4 probes were killed in total. Maybe actually 3. I don't know if one was killed at the beginning or not. So I think those drops actually really favored Usus. If you look at the units lost tab, 950 for in the end, 525 for Usus. So Usus finds himself in a very, very good position. And already 2 Colossus out by 1030. Very, very safe for any bio pushes at the front. Just really, really needs to get that reactor on the starport just to get some Vikings out. I would still recommend for Yeezus to get a Twilight Council just to get Blink to make maybe drop defense a little bit easier. If you look, in the end just has a straight line for a medevac to go right into the main. See a photon cannon in each mineral line. Very, very smart. And 3 observers. I think it's 3 observers to continually... What the pros recommend is to have 3 sentries out to continually hallucinate Phoenix. Just to scout the Terran Reserve player. And taking... Ooh. The guts in the end has... Takes the expansion that is closer to his opponent. See 3 medevacs gone out. Kind of a mini Doom drop. If unscouted, can do a good amount of damage. And there's actually only 2 observers out, but here we go. Maybe able to smite the robotics bay, but nope. He uses his army, is right there. Good force field. Actually just forces in the end to pick up right away. It might lose another medevac, but it doesn't matter too much because that's not the one the army is in. But good drop defense from Yeezus. I mean, he's had a lot of good defense. I think he can actually take a 3rd base right about now. Is he adding more gates? Oh, he just has 3. That's why. I thought he was going to add like a couple more gates, like 5 more gates to just do a 2 base Colossus push. But here we go. Viking production is ramping up. And we do see the 2nd starport. A probe is going out on the map, putting out a proxy pylon. Always good to have a proxy pylon. That way if the bio push is pushing at your front, you can warp in 4 or 5 zealots. Have them walk into the mineral line. Ooh, I wonder... Saw that bio over me. Wasn't quick enough. And this is a good timing from in the end. All his upgrades just completed. He can push out, but I mean, just the Viking count is not there. He's got 2 Vikings now, but that's not going to be enough for 4 Colossus. The legendary Day 9 4 Colossus build. There we go. In the end, very quickly backing off. Man, even loses a medevac. And Yeezus actually finds himself in a great position, but there is a drop in the main. May be able to snipe the robotics facility, but he already has 5 Colossus, which is kind of all you want, so not too big of a deal. These stalkers may not be able to hold, but there is a photon over cannon there. And we may just see ourselves in a full-on base race if Yeezus decides not to do a mass recall. There we go, even targeting down the robotics bay. And here in the end goes. I believe we see ourselves just a full-on base race, but there are 5 Vikings out and only 4 stalkers. I think they may be able to pick them off. Ooh, already sent 1 Colossus. Meanwhile, the Nexus of Yeezus goes down. The main is safe for now, but there is a scary army at the front. And 3 Colossus just walk into the main of in the end. These Marauders can actually turn around and snipe a lot. Just going to town. Warps in a couple more stalkers at the front, but I think I prefer Indian's position here. He's going to snipe the next Nexus, trying to be the next Bolt. So, getting himself a great lead in this game. He can rebuild the Nexus, but, I mean, all the probes are out in the open. It's just blow for blow here. 100 supply for in the end, 60 for Yeezus. Ooh, even sniping the Vikings as they come out. I think I think, yeah, Indiana should be just in a fine position. I don't believe there are any pylons out on the map, or any probes out on the map. Yep, this is all the probes Jesus has. Meanwhile, Indiana, very, very smart, sneaks out an SCV to build a secret command center. And trying to sneak out, but the Widow Mine is the Warden. Oh, but actually a few Marauders capture it before it can leave. And this is pretty tough. 3 Marauders in his main. Allows him to snipe 2 Stalkers. And I think Indiana just about has this. There's very, very little Jesus can do. He actually can't warp in any more units. This is all he has, but I even think on a straight one-on-one engagement, in the end, will have it. Jesus really wants this W. Sniping off the tech labs, that will help. Marines are no match for Stalkers, especially in this number. But I mean, once these buildings go down, it's a GG. And Indiana finds himself against Hindenburg in the next round. Oh, where's the next? Oh, the pylon on the map. Totally forgot about that. But a Marine and Marauder do scout it. And GG. Good games by Uses and Indiana. Good base race. Base race was exciting. Indiana, that drop play saved him that round. Uses now gets a bye because Tang failed to show up. So Uses will play in the last match of the day. And we will now see a TVZ. Indiana versus Hindenburg. I believe we'll take a break now while we get the vetoes and players all set up. So stay tuned.
I hear the rain, and it sings to me the ballad of your name. I'm listening, and the voices echo in my dreams again.
Oh. Hello, everybody. We are back to the CSL. In the end, found himself a quick 2-0 victory over Yeezus in round 1, I guess you would say, and now finds him against himself all in Hindenburg, which I actually really like that name. And so spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map of Coda LE, it is the yellow Zerg from All In, Hindenburg. And in the bottom right, the red Terran from CT6, in the end. Coda, fun map, very standard map, probably my favorite map of the map pool. You know, besides, of course, Dash and Terminal. And we have ourselves a TVZ, very classic matchup. I guess the one positive thing from Tang not being here is we will have no mirror matchups. Always TVZs, TVPs, and CVPs. And so far, I don't know too much how End or Hindenburg's TVZ are. So we will go on this journey together to find out how these games will play out. I know Mech has been increasingly more and more popular. And this is, I believe, a pretty good map to go Mech. It's pretty easy to secure 3 to 4 bases just with a couple siege tanks here and there. And it's very easy just to kind of walk across the middle of the map, secure positions. See if India knows how to go Mech or just goes Bio. Like Bio is sort of how all turns start off. And we see a gas first from Hindenburg with a pool coming out. There we go. May see some aggressive speed links play. But just a normal opening from in the end. He should get the Reaper out and scout this fairly soon. I believe today we actually saw a good amount of cheese play, which is funny because the day before that when I casted, it was almost all... Oh, actually no, there was quite a few all-in games, so I guess that doesn't really count. Guess that point's mute. So the question is, will Hindenburg pull the guys from the gas at 100 or will he continue going to secure his natural? We see an SCV scout along with the Reaper. Will we see an Inkazi bunker rush? We may never know. So we'll find out very, very soon. Now, it's also going to be a question of how many Reapers does in the end go. Will he go 3? Will he just go 1? Will we see fast Hellions go along with this? But for now, we do see in the end securing his own natural. And that SCV pretending to be a drone, getting some good intel, sees the gas that was mined, sees the spawning pool jiggling. No bunker going down. And he actually opts to keep the Reaper at home in case if any fast links decide to show up. Wouldn't mind seeing it go up. Just goes for the 1 Reaper and immediately gets a reactor. We saw Rush play this style. And he's even getting a factory, a fast factory. 4 links come out. Or 8 links. 8 links come out for Hindenburg. So we are going to see a fast speedling aggression type play. And in the end, no bunker at the front, no wall at the front. This Reaper may just see these 2 Zerglings. Here we go, sees 5. Again, 5 is alright, because you know there's 6. Alright, but now sees 6 after he killed 1. 8 Zerglings is kind of a tell that, uh-oh, my opponent wants to be really, really aggressive. May have already identified that after seeing the fast pool. But here we go, the speedlings are going to come in. Shouldn't be able to do too much if he lifts this wall up. That poor SCV left for death. Left for dead. So far, won't be able to do too much. Will deny mining from here. Should not kill this command center. If anything, he'll cancel the orbital command and just lift it up. And even this Reaper, gonna alleviate some pressure. Gets another Zergling right there. So yeah, nice little aggressive play. Denies mining in the natural. Just a little bit. There we go. 2 Hellions come out. It was very smart for Indiana not to switch the barracks in the factory beforehand, and just in case the Zerglings decide to run up the ramp, get in, get a full scout. I don't know if they could have done too much, but better to be safe than sorry. And we see Hind and Zerg just droning up, getting yet another gas. From here, 1 extra queen, just for that delicious creep spread. Very, very important to have creep spread if you're going Ling Bing Muta. He's playing pretty normal. We'll see a Banshee out of in the end. Cloak is definitely an option for him as he has the gas and minerals to research it along with the Banshee. And there we go, both researching at the same time. Gonna poke at the front with these 3 Hellions and Reaper. This amount of links is just so much. Even the drone's getting in on the action. Good pullback by both players. Yep, seeing a pretty normal game. No Baneling Nest out of Hind and Zerg just yet. Goes for the lair. Ooh, if he's able to get this queen, that'll be a nice pickup. That'll just delay the creep spread that much more. But here we go. All the links get out. Not able to get us surrounded. Not able to get any Hellions. Very good control from Indian. Even pulling that weakened Hellion back. Very, very nice play. And the Banshee is out in a boot. Now's a good time to strike. Maybe able to snap some creep tumors, but oh, loses a Hellion. So the links go up. And is also able to get both creep tumors. Very, very nice. Very good at delaying that creep spread. Now here comes the Banshees. There are no spore crawlers up. The lair will finish very soon, so we should be able to have an overseer. Look at these split. Here we go. Sees the Banshee for the first time. Has his team target that down really quick. Oh, loses a queen. Those queens and those creep tumors going down, I mean, creep spread's going to be very, very low. And it actually loses another queen. Only 1 more queen to deal with this Banshee. If in the end just decides to target it down now, he could just do amazing damage. And there we go. All these drones are just at the mercy of these Hellions and Banshee. A lot of Zerglings come out, able to pick off the Hellions really, really quickly. But again, it's this Banshee that can deal a lot of damage. That is a very weakened queen, and it's the last queen out on the field, but it manages to shoo away the Banshee. That would have been a great, great pickup for in the end. Oh, and another Banshee comes out and sets it up for the alley-oop. And these Banshees can just run wild. 1 queen just starting. It's going to be 30 seconds before that pops out again. That's 30 seconds that Hind and Zerg just has to deal with this. Man, what a beginning. Meanwhile, getting his 3rd command center, getting his add-ons, getting 2 engineering bays. Man, just finds himself in a great, great position. Man, hopefully it doesn't lose his hatchery or anything. Good cancel by Hind and Zerg. There we go. A queen has popped out. And Cloak is running dangerously low for our Banshee hero. But here we go. He's just going to go for a counterattack, but... I mean, oh, just putting down the wall now. I don't think he can break it, especially with those 2 Hellions there. And there we go. Seeing the Banshee go into the main, but Spore Crawler is there. 8 kills for this Banshee. Can we see 9? Not just yet. And the Banshee actually takes out the 3rd of Hind and Zerg. What a huge pickup for that 1 unit at 5 health. If he dies a hero. There we go. Must felt pretty good for Hind and Zerg just to kill that Banshee. Oh, and may actually pick up another one as well. Very good pickup. If he wants to get back into this game, that's exactly what he needs to do. But now we see a push coming across the map. +1 combat shields. +1/+1 in combat shields will not be ready for this, but Stim will be. 2 medevacs. I believe he should be able to handle this alright. 3 mutas coming out. I mean, that's not the damage dealers you want. Still no Baneling Nest decides to go just for the Lings. Even that attack just delayed everything for him and Zerg. Good scan. Oh, good surround, but I mean, there's just so many Marines there. And with Stim, and India might be able to just end the game right here. The Mutas are gonna try to pick up submarines, but already up 2 Mutas go down. GG by Hindenburg. Very, very well played by in the end. Those quick aggression attacks just did absolute wonders for him. Oh man, I'm getting tons of messages. Very well played by Indian. Hindenburg, I don't really know what his fatal flaw was that game. I think a lot of little mistakes adding up. I think a big part of it might have been that early speedling attack that didn't work out too well. Maybe built too many units, or maybe, yeah, built too many units when he could have been building drones, or maybe too many drones when he should have been building units. Just very, very well played for Indy end. And Zerg can't be shaken by that last game, or else he's already lost the series. He needs to come back with a cool, calm, collected mind. Bring out his A game. Second map will be on Iron Fortress. Seeing a lot of Iron Fortress, which is surprising because I will always, always, always veto Iron Fortress. Just not a fun map. Here we go. Hindenburg versus Indian. We saw, I believe it was, we saw Rush and our beloved TB Ham here the other day. And I believe Rush went for Mech. We'll see if Indian decides to do the same. But enough about Indian. Time to talk about our favorite Zerg player tonight. Spawning in the top left-hand corner. It is the yellow Zerg from All Inspiration, Hinden Zerg. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, the now teal Terran from CT6, up 1-0 in the end. And you know, we've seen a lot of Zergs just try to go for this ultra-aggressive style on this map because they believe their opponent will go an economic build, which a lot of the time it works, sometimes it doesn't. Here we go. We'll see if Indian decides to go for CC first. I wouldn't blame him for going for CC first. I mean, he's up a game. He can kind of take risks. Hindenburg, on the other hand, I mean, has to be really, really decisive in his plays. Has to have a plan, execute it very well if he wants to stay in this tournament. Or at least stay in this series. They did spawn cross map, so it's going to take forever and a day for the armies to cross. And we don't see a CC first, just a regular barracks opening. And yep, we see the refinery there as well. Will Hindenburg go gas first again? I don't believe so. I think, yes, we will see a hatch first. Very nice play. Nice design. Hatch first, good play. Mixing it up. And again, it's cross map, so in the end, can't really punish this at all. More guys on gas. Should just see a standard Reaper opening. It's also another question if Indian decides to go for just one Reaper yet again. That has been a popular style in the CTL these days. There we go. Spawning pool. No gas just yet. Wonder when we'll see that down. And there goes the SCV to scout once again. Going to scout to the left this time. Said, hey, vertical didn't work out. Let's try horizontal. Oh, no, that was actually last series. I'm sorry. And there goes the gas for Hindenburg. It's also going to be a question if Hindenburg decides to go for a quick 3-hatch. If he can identify. He already saw that the Terran wasn't horizontal to him. And we'll soon see that he's not vertical. This might trigger him to be like, oh, I can be a little bit aggressive. I can be a little bit, I guess you can say aggressively macro-focused here. There we go. Just one Reaper. And then the reactor goes down, building another Spidey boat to finish off that wall. Sadly, we'll not see Hindenburg for quite a bit of time. 4 Zerglings coming out, good defensive opening. 4 Zerglings and the Queen's coming out. This Reaper is just there to scout, can't do any damage. But the SCV actually gets in, able to do the gas. We'll see the spawning pool wiggling away. And from here, he can just drone up to his heart's desire. Pulls the guy from gas. Wants to get more minerals in the meantime. Will he lose Zergling? Nope, the queen comes in to save her babies. And on this map, it's actually very hard. I totally agree with the One Reaper opening. There's just not a lot of areas where the Reaper can actually jump up. And if you see, Hinzerg actually positions his Zerglings the only place where that Reaper can jump up. So it's going to be very, very hard for this Reaper to get any scouting in. As you see here, jumps in, immediately jumps away, says, nope, I'll pass. Oh, picks up a creep tumor though. That's nice. 2 Hellions coming up for Indiana, and a quick third CC. Like it. Gonna set himself up nice and pretty for the mid to late game. And being very active with his Reaper, just poking in and out, making sure Hindenburg's not doing anything crazy. He still has no visual on the main though. And it would be very nice to spot a layer timing. There we go, speed has finished. In 2-1. There we go. Reaper backs off. Ooh, don't lose this Overlord. Overlord should be able to get away. Stim coming up for our player. Are we going to see a starport too? Maybe some extra Raxes. Roast a couple Zerglings. In the meantime, it's pretty nice start to a game for both players. Good scout by Indian, seeing that third hatchery. Oh, these Zerglings, if Indian's not paying attention, he could lose. Oh man, just absolute great damage coming out. Doesn't even lose the Zergling. These Hellions are very, very weak. And you know, these queens can just poke them down. That's not what you want. The Reaper, obviously, is a drug addict, takes a lot of drugs. So he'll be fine. Do drugs, kids, it heals you. But only from Zerglings. 2 more Hellions enter the front. But I mean, just so many Zerglings here, I don't think in the end can really get any damage done. Maybe pick off... Oh, but if he does off a creep, that's another story. And here we go, poking the front, trying to see if he can get a creep tumor here and there. Maybe drop any drones that want to transfer to the third base. No layer yet. No layer yet. There goes the Baneling Nest. I like that. I think that was something that was lacking from last game. 2 engineering base from in the end, once again setting himself up. Starport just starting. There we go. Hindenburg playing very, very patient, hasn't transferred any drones yet. Oh, and may be able to get a nice wraparound, but nope. 1 Zergling goes down, and a creep tumor goes down. So India not finding himself in the position he was last game. Just kind of the Terran's dream. But both players still in a good situation, and hope we see a long macro game here. Layer starting for our Zerg player. And again, Indian is just so active with his army. Just look how he keeps poking in and out. It's very, very nice. No drones at the third for Indian to abuse. And actually may want to think about maybe getting a few more Zerglings. Oh, but there we go, that wraparound. Able to snipe off a Hellion and a Reaper. Very, very well played by Hindenburg. No Evo Chambers just yet for a Zerg player. He may be trying to go for that fast fire, get some units out right away. It has a lot of minerals, can just do a huge drone spell if he so desires. There we go, third, going to land. Hindenburg, go full TLO, and spread creep. That's alright, actually getting a quick 4th base. Ooh, greedy Hindenburg. Came from Indians, scouts the not proxy hatch, but the macro hatch. Well, it doesn't scout any tech just yet. I don't know if these Zerglings can really deny a 3rd base. But man, are they going to try. Maybe able to get these 2 freshly dropped mules. 600 minerals gone. Or maybe just 300 if Indian sends it back right away. There we go. It's a good pickup. A lot more Zerglings coming out. 18, 20, 21 Banelings coming out. 24 Banelings coming out. This is going to be a pretty big attack. And Stim is complete. Combat shields will complete for this Attack to start, yes, definitely. And it's 1-1 Marines versus 0-0 Zerglings, which is actually really nice for the Terran player, because still, no Baneling speed. Baneling speed just started. Oh no, so many Banelings just get... Every single Baneling goes down for just one Hellbat. Or not every single Baneling, but the majority of them go down. What a pickup from in the end. Man, that is just absolutely great for him. Zergling sneaking in, getting 4 SCVs. Can they get more? Ooh, this Widow Mine does not detonate on the Terran army. You know, Hindenburg actually has a very, very low army count for this stage of the game. Can actually not get anything done. In the end, it's at a rock solid defense, only losing 6 SCVs. Has not yet started +2/+2. Still no Evo chambers. I don't know if this is actually standard for Zerg, but okay. Spire will be going up, but already missile turrets in the mineral line for Indian. Griefspread doing pretty well. Hindenburg doing his best to get that out. And look at this. I love this from Indian. Pre-splitting his army because he knows Banelings are a threat. Very, very smart. It actually grabs the watchtower and sees some of the Zerg army. And actually wishes to engage it already. Maybe says, hey, that's a pretty low Baneling count. I can take that. Scans it, now sees the entirety of it. Sees that Baneling speed is completed now. The 2 Evo chambers are going up. Can actually do a big Mutaswell. But decides to go for 23 Banelings instead. Good plays. In the end, meanwhile, getting his production up while he pushes the front of our Zerg player. Pre-split your army. Hindenburg trying to get a nice concave, set him up for a nice concave. Not too many mines here. Three Hellbats. Probably the Hellions from the beginning. Yes, the Hellions from the beginning. Very, very nice. Maybe able to pick up this 4th base if Hindenburg isn't careful. But here it comes. Good Baneling hits so far. Even more Banelings coming out. Some detonate on the Marauder. Not really where you want them to go. But man, great splits. Great Baneling hits as well. And I think we'll, in the end, we'll get this hatchery. In the end, we'll get this hatchery. Wow. Didn't even premeditate that. 15 drones go down as well. Great play from in the end. Is Hindenburg kind of finds himself on the back foot. 64 drones to 67 SCVs. And especially, is he on 4 commencers? Nope, just 3. 6 mutas out for a Zerg player. 6 mutas aren't going to be enough to actually do a lot of damage. Here we go, just more and more Marines. I like the addition of the Marauders just to tank those Baneling shots. And here we go. The Zerglings run into the 3rd base from the back door. Indian really needs to seal that, but maybe won't get a lot of SCV kills. A lot of those SCVs are in the red. And oh my gosh, every single Zergling, not every single, but every single Zergling who dared to enter goes in. And 3 more command centers from Indian. Actually is being a little greedy with this. I mean, you could run it with a couple Zerglings, snipe the SCVs, and then snipe the CCs, but since he just killed all those Zerglings, doesn't seem to be a possibility. 2-2 is completed before 1-1 completes for the Zerg player. In the end, whew, a very, very nice plays from him, showing he earns that Master's Portrait. He has a flash number of medevacs, which I don't mind. I think it's pretty good. Very, very good to sustain your army with that amount of medevacs. I mean, he essentially doubled his SCV, his CCs, and that's just going to be a huge economic lead. Let's see how this engagement goes. Morphing and Baneling's just a little bit too close. They're not going to be complete, and now the Mutalisks join the fight. Maybe Mutalisks might be able to pick off a few medevacs, but no. Ugh, only 32 Zerglings out, and 3-3 is on the way before 2-2 even starts. I mean, Hindenburg has to make some plays now before Indian just snowballs. Really cause for our Terran player as well, trying to reclaim his 4th. All 3. Oh, actually, 2 are planetary fortresses, so that 4th base is going to be safe. Nothing Hindenburg can do about that. Give missile turrets 2 planetaries. Whew. And there's still this menacing army in the middle of the map for in the end. +2/+2 starting. Here we go. Gary Army at the front. Four Widow Mines buried. Some Mutos are gonna get a pick off, but doesn't engage just yet. Tries to bait out some mine shots. Doesn't seem to be working. Loses a couple bailings here and there. And Indian can just kind of force himself into the front of Hindenburg. Clearing a good amount of creep spread. It's very, very nice. Indian is just looking very, very good this game. Actually manages to detonate 3 Widow Mines and then decides to engage. The Banelings go in, get a good amount of Marines, and actually a superb hold from Hindenburg. He's going to drop very, very smart. Now Hindenburg has to fight off creeps. Zerglings are just a little bit slower. And I think Hindenburg might just want to back up just a little bit. Loses, he's dropping in mutas. Dropping in army count. I think Hindenburg just flew a little bit too close to the sun there. I mean, and look at this. Wow, look at this army. The macro of Indian just showing. Even another one coming out of his base now. Hindenburg just did not want to take that game into it. It was a good hold at first, but just chasing the army was a mistake. GG Indian quickly advances to the round of 16 with a quick 4-0. Shown by his dominant. And now we will find ourselves in a PVZ. Jesus versus Hindenburg. You guys don't want to miss that. But, so now we will take a break. See you after the break. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the last set of this, or last series. It is going to be Hindenburg versus Yeezus. Winner will advance to the round of 16. Loser will go home and have to try again next time. We have a Protoss versus Zerg on Bridgehead LE. Bridgehead is not a fun map for at least a Protoss. I don't know for a Zerg, but we'll get into that. Spawning in the left side of the map, it is the yellow all inspiration Zerg who gives us all inspiration, Hindenburg. And on the right side, the red Protoss Menace. I don't think he's Kanye West, but it would be great if he was. Yeezus. Also a member of Born Gosu. Now, Bridgehead, I don't really like. It's just, I have just such a tough time holding my third because the Zerg is usually so good about hitting the third and then going to immediately hit the natural after breaking down those rocks. But then again, you just may be able to utilize that more than Hindenburg. It's such a huge variable. I can't even, I don't even know what's going to happen in this game. It's just, I know I prefer just to veto it. And we see an early drone scout and an early probe scout. Both players just playing super duper safe. I think actually my last game on this map was a 2-gate, so do not blame Hindenburg Raid for all those Protoss shenanigans. I was informed by TB that Yeezus managed to beat Hindenburg 2-0. That's a telling factor, but it may make Hindenburg go, okay, I know his playstyle and I know what to practice against. Well, Yeezus might just be like, hey, I got it 2-0. Maybe a little cocky, but I'll take him down. There we go, just scouting. Sees the pylon. Ooh, the Nexus first is actually going to be a little bit blocked for Yeezus. Oh, how the times have changed. Or how the tables have turned. Oh, that probe just going to town on that drone. Ah, able to put it down. Very well played by Yeezus. And now Hindenburg goes, puts down a hatchery of his own, but went pool first. This is kind of scary. He just needs to make sure he gets a wall out very, very quickly, or else he'll find like 4 or 6 Zerglings in his main. Even gets gas right away too. And there we go. Uses scouts the natural of Hindenburg. And there we go. 2 gateways right away. We will see some Zealot aggression. Even 3 right away. Even makes a full wall off as well. Definitely see some Zealot aggression. Last time I saw this was in the CSL, was like when Infernal Pools was a map, which I actually think was last season, so it wasn't that long ago, but it was early in the season. Pylon going down near the natural, near those rocks. Very, very smart positioning. Do not want that to take you by surprise. And Hindenburg matching him 1-for-1 puts the Overlord over. And here we go. 4 Zerglings. The 4 Zerglings will be able to go up the ramp and see 3 gateways, and it's like, okay, I need to do something fast. Will he chrono out these gateways? I hope so. But for now, the other Nexus has complete, able to pump out probes, just total mineral based here, and 3 Zealots coming out. Hindenburg will see this right away. It's like, what are you doing, buddy? I will say I don't know what builds they went for in the qualifiers, but I mean, this is strong. Oh, there goes the chrono boost. Man, this is a lot of Zealots for this early in the game. Probably could just got that like achievement. Like, build 8 Zealots in the first 280 seconds. Protoss Macro Master. Still not getting any gas. Forge going up as well. To be honest, I don't know how this build plays out. I don't know really what Zerg should do, but immediately goes for the Roach Warren. Very, very smart. Roaches do better than Zealots, than Zerglings. Probe gets in, won't be able to scout so much. Actually gets picked off right away. But you know, I mean, these 6 Zealots are hitting hard and they're hitting fast. I don't know if I'll have Roaches in time. It's going to be close. Definitely delaying the third. These 3 Zerglings will see the Zealots cross, maybe? Yes, they will. Especially with... Oh, nope, never mind. I lied. And I have to sneeze, but... we're going to hold that. Immediately 6 roaches starting. Very, very smart. 6 roaches plus with the queens and the zerglings. We'll see this. Sees. Man, and if this gets shut down, I mean, Yeezus was just so delayed on his gas. But here we go, pulling the drones right away, and even pulling the queen, not allowing really any damage to get done. Doesn't want to lose that queen. Now that it's off creep. But the roaches have spawned. He snipes the queen, but I mean, a queen for 6 zealots? With good micro, especially on creep, it should be fine. Drops a roach right there. Drops 2 roaches. Don't lose the third. So actually, not that bad of a play, but he probably really wanted to get into the drone line. It's 28 drones to 28 probes, so even in that regard. Gas just going down. But I mean, he still can't drop his tech for a little bit. And now he has all these roaches to pressure the front. Good thing that's a full wall off with a cannon. Here we go, the Zerglings are going to see it. May just take a third once he sees all this. Easy defense. Oh, still the full wall off, didn't break down any rocks. Okay. Very smart positioning for the mothership core, making sure that Zerg doesn't just knock down the back rocks unattended to. But it seems like we're just going to see a big roachling attack. And to be honest, I don't know if it'll work. I mean, a full well off 2 cannons, no units though, only 34 probes with a mothership core. And the mothership core, because the gas was so delayed, probably doesn't have that much energy. It only has 80. Great breaking down from Hindenburg. And man, Yeezus just finds himself in a bad spot. A lot of probes can go down here. So far, not too many. Oh, there we go. A lot of workers have been killed. 14. This is so bad. If we see the probe counts, it's 21 to 29 drones. And this is doing absolute wonders. And he just wasted the photon overcharge, or didn't waste again, I always say that. He put the photon overcharge on the natural, so now he just has total rule in the main. I hope he doesn't lose this natural. If he does, that'll be just absolutely devastating. Meanwhile, no real follow-up from Hindenburg other than just pumping out more and more lings. And yes, he will lose his main nexus. Hindenburg finding himself in a great spot. 64 to supplies to 25 to 27 now. I mean, once this photon overcharge is done, it's going to be a little rough. Even taking a third base, even droning up now. Knows he is ahead. And actually going to go for the kill on these cannons. I think that pylon, it's just, this is such a good wall that he can't just kill the... Oh, never mind. Thought that other pylon would charge the other cannon, but guess I was wrong. All the production just going down. Yeezus finds himself in just a very bad position. I mean, 3 base versus 1. That's not any good. And we'll even have to rebuild the cybernetics core. It's kind of weird though, because he has a Twilight Council, so maybe he'll just go for charge and just only go for zealots. That'll be goofy. And now that the photon overcharge is done, if he finds a way to clean up these zealots... But nope, just gonna retreat. I like that. You know, don't do anything fancy. Just, you know, drone up, get some gas. No layer out for a Zerg player just yet. It is currently 30 drones to 21. And here we go. It isn't unreasonable to think that Yeezus might go for a little bit of a counterattack because he does have the mass recall. Not to mention this base kit is pretty easily defended. But he's actually just going to maybe go for a 4-gate? I don't know if you can do it at this time. In fact, I think Yeezus needs a miracle. I think Yeezus needs a miracle. I'm not calling it technically. But man, is he in a bad spot. +2 on the way for a Protoss player. The income right now, if we look at it, 600 for Yeezus, 1300 for Hindenburg. Man, it's just even getting Spore Crawler is so smart. Doesn't want Oracles or DTs to take him off guard. Although that's not really even an option. I wonder, did he? Yeah, he saw the Twilight Council, so we know his DTs are a threat. But Jesus, man. I mean, I'm a Protoss, so like I'm rooting for you, bro. But Hindenburg just has such a big lead at this point. Is even getting out more roaches now. Roaches are just so good against zealots. Layers incomplete, so no road speed. 4 more centers coming out. We're just gonna see a big 4-gate attack, and this is the definition of all in. Here, ooh, nice. Picking up good time warp on the zealots, and even manages to get a good choke with the force fields. But I think just too much is here for Hindenburg. Yep, just back off. 5 more roaches coming out. And you know what? Actually, you know what? Army supply is 57 to 32, but it's going to be +2 attack very soon for Yeezus. So these Stalkers will be able to deal out a huge amount of damage. But oh man, never mind. Look at the production tab. Just so many roaches. He can lose this third and be fine. That doesn't even seem to be the case. Loses the mothership core. Things are just going from bad to worse for Yeezus. Loses a sentry, may lose another sentry in the process. Yep, just gonna meet him out in the field. Who needs creep when you have an army like this? Jesus saying, Jesus help me. Even a Spire coming down. Oh my gosh, his opponent is just teching up so much. It's now 65 drones to 21. Jesus. I even thinking, and even getting 3 spines doesn't even need it, but why not? Just to be safe. GG, Hindenburg, great game 1. Great holding against the 6 zealots in the beginning, and then great follow-up to help him clinch the series. But that was a little cheeky for Yeezus to pull off, so we might just say, okay, I'm just gonna play straight up, and you know what? If I play straight up, I beat you 2 low in the qualifiers, maybe I can repeat that. But he is on his last leg. No more mess-ups for Yeezus. 1 game and he's out of the round of 16. Or out in the running for it. Playing for a party. I totally missed what the next map will be. It's going to be on Moonlight Madness. Have yet to see that map. Moonlight Madness. Fun P2Z map. We did see that yesterday with TB Ham vs Iron Shook. Hopefully Yeezus has a better chance than Hindenburg. 1 sec from Yeezus. Moonlight Madness. Ooh, gotta restart. Gotta restart Windows 10. Moonlight Madness. Wonder how many times I've said that. It's very easy to secure bases on Moonlight Madness as a Protoss, but it is so important that you check out the rocks and make sure all the rocks are up and have a pylon probably at each rock, each destructible rocks, because it's sort of like Bridgehead in that regard where you don't want the Zerg just sneaking in with a bunch of lings. I mean, the worst thing can happen is like, oh, okay, I'm macroing, I'm fine, I'm doing everything right. And then 20 Zergants in a mineral line. Nothing's the worst. Jesus. May see him go for another aggressive play. Maybe you will see him go macro. I believe the only real tech building we saw was the Twilight Council, but that didn't even come into play until he got +2 attack. By then, it was just too late. But here we go. Yeezus back in the lobby. He's ready to go. Let's just wait. I did. Go as well. GL. I would be very surprised if he goes for that 3 gateway attack again. I think that's kind of an attack you do once to get your opponent off guard. Maybe hope he doesn't scout or hope he doesn't know how to react to it. And then kind of catch him off guard there. Maybe get a quick game 1. You will see Moonlight Madness. One of the more visually appealing maps. And here we go, hopping into the game. Spawning in the top right corner of the map, up 1-0. The yellow all-inspiration Zerg, Hindenburg. And in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, from Born Gosu, it is the red Protoss Yeezus. So will Yeezus go for another Nexus first? I don't think so. It's not as safe on this map as it is on Bridgehead. Maybe if he decides to take the natural that is blocked off by destructible rocks. But he is going for the Night Scout all the same. Making sure he plays nice and safe. And Zerg may go for... Zerg's going for another early scout. I really like that. Always making sure your opponent's not doing anything creepy. And to be honest, the way he uses is what's the word? Queuing up probes makes me think he is gonna go for an Nexus first. There we go. Gas taken by Zerg, so that should be a tell. Yep. Sees no forge, sees no gateway. It's like, oh, just a Nexus that's chrono boosting out probes. I can be aggressive to this. Users could always just throw down a forge at the front end around 16 or 17. The drone block won't be too effective considering he has two options to take his natural. But I mean, Yeezus must be a little scared here. It seems like, yes, he is going for the Nexus first. I mean, that is just so risky considering you saw a gas first with a pool. I mean, again, if he decides just to build 6 links right away, Yeezus is going to find himself with no wall. Okay, there we go. Forge coming out. There we go. Hatchery. 4 Hennenzer comes out. Just great scouting by this drone. Could even, try to block this off. And I think Yeezus actually needs to do a full wall off. I believe that's a full wall off. Yeah. So yes, that drone is trapped. And this could be a strong indication of just 2 base play. But I think so far already Hennenzerg's attack has been, or Hennenzerg's plan to be aggressive, has been nullified. Unless this drone can do damage to that Nexus. Go drone, go! You can do it! You're gonna do it, Rocky! Oh, heavy supply block from Hennenzerg. That's a little bit of a problem. See a Cybernetics core going down, 2 assimilators going down. Ah, that's a cute little dance that Drone and Probe are doing. Even a cannon by the rocks, that's nice. I mean, that's gonna pretty much make those rocks indestructible. And even puts a pylon near the other rocks. Man, Yeezus just doing a great job keeping tabs. Players just going for macro openings, doing what they can. And now we might see the tech from Yeezus go down, unless it decides to go for standard warp gate mothership core stalker. 3rd hatchery coming down from Hennenzerg. Yep, chrono boosting out stalkers. Really likes his stalkers. Which I think is smart. You get a lot of stuff there. Map vision by Hennenzerg. We'll see if any army moves out across the map. And even gets 2 more. He gets 2 more guests on this natural. He's going full eco style. But so far, nothing. Oh, and even the Zerg from the beginning will maybe scout both gases? Come on, scout both gases, man. You can do it. I believe in you. Ooh, almost got a probe there. Doesn't scout both gases. That's okay. And that Twilight Council going down. That is a very safe play. Blink Stalker Sentry has been working out very well for Protoss lately. Maybe even DTs. You see right when the Twilight Council goes up, Blink starts immediately. Roll it out if he so desires. And yep, I'm seeing some pretty normal play. Good amount of links out of our Zerg player. Throws down a Roach Warren too. Mostly Roach Hydra. Well, that's my guess. Unless he decides to cancel it. Really like this. He's gonna scout with the Mothership Core. Make sure this Ling can't be on the watchtower. Boom, there he goes. We have yet to see a big gateway explosion, just 4 gates. It's pretty normal for 2 base. We don't see any desire to take a 3rd. Oh, there we go. That is too many gateways off 2 base. This is an all-in. We're gonna see a big, strong, 8 gate blink. It's a very, very strong attack. Gonna need a lot of roaches for this. Gonna need a lot of lings. Lings are actually very, very nice to get through because they can get a good wrap around the stalkers and really let the roaches go to town. And it's very, very important that Hidden Zerg identifies this. Because look at that, just droning up, getting 12 drones, that's okay for now. But he won't be able to do that again. I mean, he only has 8 army supply now, but that's about to just absolutely skyrocket. There we go, building some roaches. Making sure he'll be ready for a big 2 base play. Question, we'll have roaches by the time this time attack, and even going for a hydrogen. Oh, and there we go. The Overseer sees it all, goes, whoa, buddy, that's a lot of gates. He knows exactly what's coming. Hopefully no more drones come out. Just roaches and hopefully some hydras very, very soon. I think the hydras are actually going to be a little late. These Evo chambers should not be researching upgrades. They should be getting units. And there might be a little bit of trouble for our Zerg player. +2 will finish eventually in 60 seconds. And in 1 minute, there's going to be a big, big stalker count. Timing some overlords now. Ooh, 5 overlords coming out now. Very, very smart. Don't want to be a supply box when an army is moving off to kill you. Question is, will we see hydras? He has the money for it. But nope, continues to go for roaches. Oh man, this is the calm before the storm right now. I mean, each player knows what's about to happen, but until it does. Nice small choke for uses to engage in. And already we see the attack commence. Good time warp. Queen actually blocking a little bit of the roaches. Spine Crawler trying to go into town, but I mean, this just isn't that big of a force for our Zerg player. And he even starts upgrades. Oh man, maybe this was just a misread. I don't know if he actually got a count, but I mean, this army will just absolutely steamroll over the Zerg. And look, he's not even going to waste his time on the 3rd. He goes, why would I go up to 3rd when I can just kill you right away? And there we go. Army supply is just dwindling for Hidden Zerg. 11 roaches in the making, but it's just too little too late. I think it was just a misread. Going after the Hydra Den. And you know, I mean, this many stalkers in your mineral line, it's just a rough spot for you to be. Supply is just dropping so quickly for a Zerg player. Although he will pick up these zealots for free. Layer goes down. Soon the spawning pool will go down as well. The Evo chambers. And Yeezus can just keep warping in stalkers whenever he pleases. Look at this, even controlling the main ramp. Very, very nice play from Yeezus. GHG. Good hella game. Very well played. We got ourselves a series. It is 1-1. Yeezus versus Hidden. The 3rd map will be on Terraform. Good solid map. Now, I think a big part was maybe just Hidden saw the gateways, but it just didn't register like, oh man, big all-in's coming. Because it was a good scout, but just a bad read. Needed way more units to come out of there. Didn't need those upgrades. Those upgrades weren't going to help him for that all-in. But hopefully Hindenburg saw that or remembers that game, looks at his mistakes and say, okay, I can change this, and then I can smack this Protoss down. Now, it's never a fun game. Game 3 is never a fun game in a best of 3. It's fun for the audience, not for the crowd, though. I hope each player ready. Alright, I think I'm ready. Both players are going GLGL. Going out Terraform. Game 3 going to be our last game of the night. It's do or die from both of these players. Who will advance to the round of 16? Especially on Terraform. Such a great map to go out on. First Berserk, Diamond versus Diamond. Earlier, congrats to In the End for making it to the round of 16. Who will join him? Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. It is the yellow Zerg from All Inspiration, Hinden Zerg. And in the top left, it is the red Protoss from Born Gosu, Yeezus. Yeezus giving a shout out. Alright, there is not supposed to be really any talking during GSL rules all the way back from 98. Or really probably like 2004. Alright, and we shall see what each player goes to. Again with the 9 scout. Making sure no early links. But I mean, he doesn't seem too concerned over early aggression. Because last game we saw him go for Nexus. He tried to go for Nexus first after he saw a gas pool, so I mean, who knows what we're going to see. But again, there is no pocket expansion this time. The expansion is out in the forefront, so we maybe play a little bit more careful. And Zerg once again going out to scout with his early drone as well. Probe walking in, seeing no early gas, seeing no early pool. It's always kind of a sigh of relief when you see that, and we do see an... Oh, I thought that was going to be a forge. Never mind. I was going to be like, oh, okay, no Russian coming. But just a gateway. No greedy play, just going to play standard. 15 hatch, 4-hand and Zerg playing out. Good call. Drone sees the gateway, says, okay, I know exactly what you're doing. Maybe want to scout to see if there's point gas or two. Decides he feels safe against anything. Here we go. 3 guys on gas immediately. I know there have been some people who've been going Nexus before Core, but I don't know if Jesus will do that. Seems like he will go for the Cybernetics Core first. Maybe able to get a little bit of Stalker Zealot Mothership Core. Offense. Zerg and, not Zerg, Gas and Pool going down for the Zerg player. And man, this is a great map to go Blink Stalker Sentry. There's just a lot of avenues. It's a lot of good places to just force field. Zone out the armies. But there is also a lot of avenues for counterattacks. Let's see if the Zerg utilizes it in this game. I think counterattacks are the Zerg's best friends, you know. A couple of Zerglings in the middle line when your army's out across the map is just... must feel so good for the Zerg player. Because I know how bad it feels for the Protoss. Probe still alive, just getting a great scout. Oh, he's actually stuck, but good mineral walk. Ship going out. Very soon play from Uses. Wonder if we'll see a Twilight Council yet again. Seems to prefer that over Stargate or Robo. To this day, I don't believe Robo is a good opening Berserk. Unless you're going for a Mono Central. That probe should finally fall. There we go. And now players are sort of in the dark. I really like the Overlord positioning for Hindenburg, able to see when those natural gases go down. And we see a robotics facility. The reason why I don't like it is if the Zerg scouts this, they can just go Muta and win. But if the Protoss decides to go for a big Immortal Sentry play, then the Zerg is in some trouble too. The first all-in worked out for him. Why not go for a second one? Forzen's gonna walk in, probably be pushed back by the Mothership Core. We really need to see this Overlord kind of in the top position of the map walk in and see that robotics facility sooner rather than later. And a third base will go down for Hindenburg. Very, very nice. Hopefully this time Hindenburg doesn't take any chances and goes, okay, and all in's going. Units. Units is the name of the game. Queen's popping out, +1 being chrono boosted out, War Prism coming out. I wish this Overlord would just kind of go in and scout. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, when will he see that robotics facility? Sees it right now, sees it turning away. Ah, that is concerning. Oh, there go. Yep, sees the robotics facility and says, hi, I see everything I need to see. Let's get out of here. Starts a layer, immediately starts as a roach worm. Knows how he wants to defend this attack. He uses hide in the War Prism. I don't know if Jesus noticed the Overlord in his base. May think he's being very sneaky right now. But in fact, Hindenburg has all the information he needs. Even some Zerglings at the front to scout if an army comes by. There we go. 3 more gateways going down, 4 gateways going down. Will we see another Immortal come out? I hope so. There he is. And Hindenburg might want to start thinking about getting some units. He's still getting good drone counts. But I mean, this is going to be a strong attack from Yeezus. No real sentries just out yet. Just Zealot, Immortals. But the getting +1 melee attacks. I think that might be a mistake. Alright, Hindenburg sees the Immortal walk out of the Robo Facility. Definitely knows what's going on. He's getting also 2 Hydralisk Den. I don't think that's just for double upgrades. That might also be a mistake. He may be a little rattled after the first game. Might be like, oh, I didn't see that Blink Stalker attack coming on. But here we go. So far, just 2 Zerglings for Hindenburg, but I mean, with all these rest of the Zerglings about to pop, he may be able to just snipe this Immortal. He needs to recall right now. That Immortal's going to be a big, big deal once this attack really gets going. But there we go. The War Prism picks it up because that Gosu micro. And you know, he's just hitting this so fast. I mean, just Zealot's Immortal. Very, very powerful attack. Only 1 gas from our Protoss player. This is an all-in. How will he hold? I think he needs to pull the drones. Oh, it just calls out the GG. Was just unprepared. We will see Yeezus, and in the end, in the round of 16, Hindenburg. You'll get him next time. Very, very well played. Very quick and strong attack. Good games coming out. Good games. Sadly, Tiang was a no-show. But that's alright. We still saw a good series. And that should be it for tonight. The next group will play, I believe, tomorrow. We'll play in exactly 22 hours and 20 minutes. Be sure not to miss it. 8 o'clock EST or EDT tomorrow. ET. And hopefully, we will see you all then. It is, also I should probably mention the group. Group E. It will be Group E. Which is Enherjar, Sauce, Simprime, Mad Pharaoh. My personal pick for the Group of Death. So definitely don't miss it. And that's all for tonight. Drive home safe. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Cold like fire. on our minds. Long wait, but we won't give up now. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. We are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night.